Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius September 28, 2022. A potentially healing or confidence-building conversation might occur with a partner or best friend. It's a good day to hash things out. We're a day shy of a new moon, making it better to wind down than up, and taking some of the pressure off makes sense. If possible, aim for enjoyable, quiet, and pressure-free activities as you prepare for an upcoming busy period. Work, routines, habits, and health are the themes coming into sharper focus and power. In preparation for the new cycle beginning tomorrow, you might envision goals related to your daily routines and health. Today is useful for reflecting upon the improvements you've made in your life regarding leisure, romance, and playtime. Look for ways to relieve stress, and pay close attention to communications that might point you in the right direction towards healing. Today is a nice break from brainy astrological energy, as there are no major aspects or transits today. Luckily, the moon is in balanced Libra, which is asking you to find some stability with your creative professional endeavors. It can be the perfect lunation to weigh the pros and cons of your creative options at work. You could also tap into the lunar energy to reflect on any commitments or business partnerships that you are currently considering. The lunar energy is perfect for weighing your options without the pressing need to commit to anything. In the lead up to Venus, the planet of money's return to your financial sector tomorrow, there is a sense of anticipation in the air but a need for a wait-and-see approach. With Venus returning for what should be a 24-day visit but instead not leaving until March 2022, the more you can go into this with your mind and your options open, the better. The position of the heavenly bodies supports you with energy to really act on behalf of others. You enjoy the feeling of helping other people succeed against the odds. However, you must also pay attention to yourself, otherwise you will quickly grow resentful of what others have that you lack. This is called affliction. To avoid being afflicted, make your diet and exercise the priority no matter what. When you take care of yourself physically, you notice all your other needs more readily. After 4 weeks in your relationship sector, Venus, the planet of love, is preparing to leave tomorrow, but not before leaving a clear path for the planets that will follow over the coming weeks. This makes this a day for putting reality on hold and instead listening to your heart, with Venus' aim being to leave you with a better sense of what you want from all your relationships. This comes on a day when the moon is making a timely push to find a balance between work and play. Just as the moon is wrapping up its last visit to your romantic sector before Mercury ends all planetary activity on the romantic front, Venus, the planet of love, is spending her last full day in your relationship sector. While there isn't the same urgency on the relationship front, with more planets following, this is a day for taking both matters of the heart and your relationship seriously. Your savvy planetary ruler, Mercury, will join forces with the moon in Libra via your romantic 5th house of love, passion, pleasure, and self-expression today, which means you're getting ready to vocalize your heart's desires. To top it off, the moon will be in harmony with Venus via your committed 7th house of agreements, compromise, and significant others, bringing forth the opportunity to rekindle the romance with your special someone. Keep in mind that the same goes for those of you who are single and ready to mingle. Romantic opportunities are afoot, but Luna's square to powerhouse Pluto could intensify feelings in the process. The cosmic climate gives you the emotional security to pick and choose what you want. Whom you communicate with, what you have for dinner, when you go to bed, these desires are made clearer at this time. On the other hand, be on the lookout that certain areas of your life don't fluctuate with your changing moods. You should try to exercise at least 3 times a week. If you fail to do so because you just weren't in the mood, I guarantee your mood will worsen. Our eyes in the sky. O'Day brings the moon in Libra, creating a grand air trine with Venus and Saturn. This is a beautiful energy to lift your spirits. You might be able to step back from your problems and see them from a more analytical perspective. There's a strong feeling of harmony, with the Sun and Moon in Libra bringing many gifts of happiness and community. You might even be able to express some of the things you've been holding back over the last few days. As Venus in Gemini gently connects with Saturn in Aquarius, there is a refreshing ease of mind. You're able to work around your problems and see the more evolved side of the lesson. Remember that there is some kind of duality in everything. Whether you're taking the good with the bad or understanding the lessons of the shadow side, you have much to appreciate right now. You might even strengthen your connection to a wider group of like-minded individuals who also see the world from a more spiritual perspective, so be open to the people you meet online or off. Secret admirers can come out of the woodworks with little or no warning during transits like these. This week brings you a sigh of relief. You'll find out that change is possible. If you've been lax about stabilizing your career and looking toward advancement, it's time to make a shift. If your career doesn't want to cooperate, you need to map out the steps for change. Money follows when you get in touch with your emotions. Whatever makes you happy will give meaning to your working life. Before noon, retrograde Mercury aligns with Venus in Virgo, helping us to communicate our feelings and desires. However, because Mercury is retrograde, we may also be re-evaluating our affections and determining where others fit into our lives. Planets in Virgo crave structure, and under this influence, we may assess whether romance has become ritualistic instead of helping us to grow. Fortunately, we can discuss sensitive issues with our partners now without hurting their feelings, but we may still come off as more critical than we intend. Maintaining a little bit of self-awareness should help to mitigate this problem. If someone does permit us to assist them, we will make sure they don't forget it. Reminders of how giving and generous we are subtly imply that we are owed a debt of gratitude, which inevitably breeds resentment, making the other party wish they hadn't asked in the first place. We should monitor our actions closely today. Self-reflection is the only way to determine whether we are out of line or overstepping another's boundaries. Before noon, retrograde Mercury aligns with Venus in Virgo, helping us to communicate our feelings and desires. However, because Mercury is retrograde, we may also be re-evaluating our affections and determining where others fit into our lives. Planets in Virgo crave structure, and under this influence, we may assess whether romance has become ritualistic instead of helping us to grow. Fortunately, we can discuss sensitive issues with our partners now without hurting their feelings, but we may still come off as more critical than we intend. Maintaining a little bit of self-awareness should help to mitigate this problem.